we go again. Let's see what we are doing. Try some of these Emacs Lisp exercises, right? No, let's just one Emacs Lisp to start with, and then that will be followed by common Lisp, and then we'll go from there. All right, can I hear myself speak? Hello? Seems fine. Can I hear the music? Seems fine. Can I hear the music? I think it's fine. All right. So, cool. Let's take a look at one of these. I don't think these are too tough. I don't recall what strain is. Let's take a look. Okay. So for the strain exercise, what do we have to do? Let's find out. Let's take a look. Do we have Emacs Lisp on the sorry, on the learn X and Y minutes? Let's take a look. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Teach yourself programming in 10 years. Okay. Okay. Teach yourself programming in 10 years. Ooh, nice. What's this one? Art long, life short. And what is this here? I don't know what it is. Life is short. Should I read it out loud? I've been looking at it. Life is short, the craft long, opportunity fleeting, experiment treacherous, judgment difficult. Mm. Install Emacs. Let's take a look. Do I know how to do this? Okay, Emacs. Okay. Interactively from within Emacs. Let's see if we can make this work first. So we are going to open Emacs, I guess. Oh. Okay. Emacs tutorial. Meta or Alt key. Okay. What's the test name? I don't think I'm quite right. Yes, I guess so. Okay. Emacs in console mode. Dash NW. All right, so what'll that do? Okay, so then we do this and say eval buffer. All right. Okay. So ready to go then, I guess. All right. Given a collection and a predicate on the collection's elements. Huh. Well, it does seem pretty simple. All right. All right. I'm not gonna try to learn how to edit in Emacs. I'm gonna edit it in Vim, I think. All right, let's get some help. Emacs undo. Okay. Good. Emacs quit. Shoot. Whoops. Oh no. Where did my Google Chrome window go? Hold on. I actually closed it? I didn't mean to. There it is. Control X, Control C. Okay. Okay. Talk about heresy. Alright, so it said here, use more basic tools, right? So, basic tools in the context of Lisp, I think, are going to be car and cutter. So let's return now to here. Presumably, we can just do it recursively with car and cutter, right? I guess. I mean, I don't know. And const. Just use const, car, and cutter and put something together. We'll see. Looks nice, right? Is push any different from cons? I feel like this looks like cons. Emacs Lisp programming language. Push or cons? Common Lisp hyperspec. So let's just look at cons real quick. Probably the worst language. All right. So we're going to go if, and then as I recall, if you I think, should we start with if right here? We first have a condition, and that's going to be predicate car list. Nope. This part is like this. There we go. I seem to remember that equality operators can be a little tricky, but I think I might be okay here. So if our list comes in empty, then the result is empty list, right? So then we const those together like that. That's the idea. I have no idea how well any of this is going to work just yet. All right, now can we auto format? Whoops. This is a good point. Okay, so let me try and match some of these up. So this one matches here, so let's put that at the start. Okay. This one matches here, so let me put that there. Okay. I'll leave those on one line like they are. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of the blanks, probably. Yeah? Alright. All right, so Emacs Lisp anonymous function. Let's see. Use lambda. Yeah, probably. Like 30 minutes in. Goodness. Yeah, it's a big file. A Lisp expression that you can evaluate is called a form. All right, good. All right. I'm going to go put these chips in the fridge. I'll see what our matches are. All right. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Just remembered I left my laptop out in the car too, so I'm gonna go get that. Damn, those beans are crazy. Super good, though. Go get my laptop out of the car. Shouldn't leave it out there. All right, let's try and read over what I wrote and see if I think it makes sense. All right. So this here is supposed to be a literal, so I think we might want that there. Okay, so if the list is the empty list, this is a literal as well. There we go. I think that makes more sense. Okay, so then for this one, we want to say keep, and this will be, I guess, lambda. All right, and where was where were right here, lambda, right? E, and then I'm going to say not predicate E. Just going to be like that, I guess. All right. Okay, so let's try what it was before again. We were going to say eval buffer. Symbol's value, you can't quite see that. It says symbol's value as variable is void selector. Okay, so what was quit again? Control X, C. No, do not save. Okay, so we're going to try this again, test. We're going to Alt X, eval buffer, and then Alt X, ERT, T. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay. Keep strings. Wrong type argument, number or marker P, apple, zebra, banana, zombies, cherimoya, zealot. Really interesting. Okay. So I think we do really have to do it in Emacs, probably. So I'm going to go Emacs, and yeah, just like this. I'm going to close that one for now, and that one, I guess, as well. Okay, so here we are. So all right, so interesting highlighting, I guess. Wait a minute. Do we have to do something special for a recursion? I think we actually might have. Okay, no, there's nothing special you have to do. Okay, good. In one of them, I think there's something special you have to do. Maybe. It might have been closure. Okay. This is gonna be good. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay, so we defun, keep. Okay, so predicate list. Did I do something wrong with how the defun is? Look at these hints it gives at the bottom. Very interesting. Hmm. Let's look at the equality operators. I remember them being a frequent source of issues. But I don't think that's the real issue here right now. Equality operators. So it should be EQ. What is the equals sign that I was trying to use? Okay, they don't even show it. All right. Let's change it to EQ then. Okay, now how do I save? Emacs save. Okay. Invalid function? Hmm. Oh, interesting. Is it showing that everywhere? No. Okay, so this one shows wrong number of arguments still. Discard on empty list returns empty list. Keep on empty list returns empty list. Invalid function nil. Okay, well that does sound invalid. Keep on empty list returns empty list. Oh yeah, this is not right. Yeah, so list has to go in here. Can't be leaving that out. That's crazy. It's saying invalid function keep. It's supposed to be recursive. Oh wait, here's invalid function nil again. Huh. Okay. Invalid function keep. Oh. Another mistake with the arity or whatever. Oh, that's crazy. Keep is supposed to take a predicate as well. I should have caught that reading it over. I've been distracted this whole time, honestly, so... by eating. So I'm done eating, so hopefully I'm not distracted anymore. Okay, so it does say invalid function here. Yeah, if it's an invalid function, we're definitely not gonna thrive. Here's one invalid function nil. Discard on empty list returns empty list. So here's defund discard predicate list. Invalid function. Yeah, and they seem to be underlining keep there, right? Keep predicate cutter list. There might still be something about recursion. Okay. When? And what is the when? It was supposed to be an atom, wasn't it? I vaguely remember having this trouble before. So this right here is not supposed to be parenthesized because it's not going to be, it's not a form, right? And it's not going to be evaluated in any way. Was there something weird about the lambda? I think it might be okay. Okay. Oh, two were as expected now. That's progress, baby. And I'm not even at the 1 hour mark. All right, so one of them said it was okay. Which one? Two passed. So this still says invalid function. What about predicate here? Does predicate here need to be parenthesized or something? It might. I don't think so, because we're not trying to evaluate it. We're just trying to pass it in. I'm probably missing something pretty obvious. Hmm. Invalid function. Invalid function. So which is the invalid function? Let's look at defun, because there were some hints about how you're supposed to use defun, and I kind of ignored them, right? So Emacs defun. Okay, so let's put in the documentation and see if that makes it any different. Selectively discards elements of a list. Generates a new list with elements selectively kept. I don't know. No, it says the same thing. Although, it doesn't show that documentation. It is here, right? Okay. Invalid function. If what do we think is supposed to be passed into the predicate? Keeps everything. And that keeps everything fails, right? Hmm. Greasy password Smarty C. Thanks for the chat. Greasy password Smarty C. Oh no, my posture is bad again. All hunched. Hmm. So that didn't seem to help. It might still be right though, I don't know. Yeah, invalid function. It seems to be referring to the whole if statement, I think. Can we kind of rewrite that? So it's like if and then presumably we'll see it reformatted, I guess, like that. Oh no. It still looks like it's formatted the same way as before, I think. Or does it? No, it does look to be reformatted, I think. Invalid function if... Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I can just execute the predicate like that. I've done something wrong. I do... Okay, I do seem to remember that there is something else you have to do there. Now that I'm looking at it. So when this comes in... The following forms are all equivalent. Okay, so in the following example, we define a change property function that takes a function as its third argument. Function here. So they used fun call, right? So shouldn't fun call have been what we used, I guess? Let's go up. Declare calling fun call. Yep. Yep, that does make it does make sense, and I just wasn't even thinking about it. It seems like it would, in a way, be sort of convenient if the way I was trying to type it worked, but I don't think the way I was trying to type it makes as much sense as using something like fun call. So here we have to do fun call, and that might be it. No, it still says invalid function, same as before. It seems like this is highlighted. I'm not sure if it's trying to refer to keep there or if it's trying to refer to the entire if statement thingy. Mm. All right. So let's see, we should be able to do a lot of this interactively. Maybe not in Emacs. Oh, I mean, probably we could in Emacs, but I kind of don't want to. Um, Start the REPL. So that's this. Oh wait. Ross run. Okay. Is list an okay name there? In defun keep? I think it is. Okay, so it's set Q, right? Set Q list 1, 2, 3, maybe? So violating package lock on common Lisp list. Okay, so let's use a different name rather than list. Invalid function. I don't like seeing invalid function. It doesn't seem to be helping me. This is gonna take me forever at this rate, right? Okay, so what am I doing wrong? I'm not using the interactive mode enough, I guess. Okay, so if I say set Q A literal 1, 2, 3, let's just say common Lisp user A. It says warning. I prefer the Codecademy because it will show you hints if you're a beginner for the JavaScript. Yeah. So like my setup has pretty decent hints for JavaScript, I think, but it's hard to get. I've had a hard time finding the hints that I need for Lisp. The right way, I think, to learn Lisp is to go through like a textbook, probably. But regardless, let's see. So cutter A. So that's as expected. Okay, so those are fine, I guess. So now, if we say set Q predicate and make this into lambda E And let's start with one that just returns true, I guess. It says there's a warning, style warning. I think that's okay. So now can I do fun call predicate car A, and it should be the same thing regardless. Okay. So now if I try to do cons car A, cutter A, do I get A back? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so is A equal to this? Nil. Is A equal to this? Nil. If we do cutter A, we get this. Then if we do cutter of that, we get this. And then if we do cutter of that again, what do we get? Nil. So this should be nil, I think. So let me close this again. And Emacs. Okay, so now 14 are unexpected. It says void variable nil. I think I'm supposed to have a apostrophe in front of it, probably. Okay, so let's try again. No, it still says void variable nil. Did I even save that? Sure. Let me try one more time. Okay, invalid function. Okay, hold on. Let's go back here. So if I do EQ and then I say cutter, cutter, cutter of A, is that equal to nil? It is. Is it equal to empty list? Oh, that's also equal. Okay. So if I change this back to what it was, then I guess they do run for whatever reason. Oh no, never mind. So what was it that I changed that broke some things? Shoot, because there were two that could pass, and now no such luck. Okay. I think they all say the same thing. Invalid function. Okay. Just gotta keep going, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so that was equal. So now let's do if. So we're gonna say if fun call predicate car A cons car A I'm just gonna say cutter A here, I think, for now. And then here, it's just cutter A. Okay, so everything came out. So now if we change predicate and we say set q predicate lambda e, and this now just returns nil, I guess. It says there's a warning, but let's do the same thing again. If fun call predicate car A cons car A cutter A. So now the expectation is that predicate just returns false, so we should just get cutter A back. And there it is. So that's all fine. All right, so now if we put in defun keep, and it takes a predicate and an A, and then we say if equals A to empty list, then we put out the empty list atom. Otherwise, we say if, and then we fun call predicate. Whoops. Predicate by passing it car A. Sure. So if that comes back true, we say cons car A. Now we make the recursive call to keep. We pass the predicate in again, and we pass in the cutter of A. If the predicate came back false, we skip the cons because we're not going to add the car A. We're just going to say keep, or pass the predicate in again, and now just cutter A. So is this an error? Let's see. Or, okay. So oh, that's a lot. All right. Okay, style warning. And then style warning, fun catecate. I don't know what, wait, fun catecate? Okay, so there's something weird about the way the REPL worked there. Let's try it again. So we were supposed to type defun keep predicate A. We're supposed to say if equals A to this atom of an empty list, then the empty list atom. Otherwise, we say if again, and we fun call predicate. Yeah, that was weird. Something goofy about the REPL. All right, so we put car A cons car A keep predicate, and we pass cutter A. Keep predicate cutter A. Warning, redefining common Lisp user keep. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now can we keep and pass in a lambda e just return true, and pass in a literal list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it says illegal function call. Okay. So is there more of a hint here now? Okay. Keep lambda t or e or whatever. That one was supposed to be an atom. It looks like that was the problem. Or a problem. Okay, so that came out just fine, it looks like. Now, if we do a different lambda, I think we should still be fine. So keep lambda e, and this time we're going to say equals e to 2. So we'll only keep it if it's 2. Okay. And then pass that in again. So then we should get a list with just 2 in it. So, I mean, it seems to work. So what is the problem in Emacs? Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to step aside for a sec. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. It actually seems to work. So have I done something different and not realized it? Here is the definition that I used. Can I copy this possibly? I think so. Here's the definition that I used, and it did seem to work, I think. Right? Okay. So now I'm going to try to paste that. Did I do something different? I don't know. It doesn't really look like I did anything different. Okay, so let me try and comment this out. Let's go to visual block. Wait a minute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, is it saying I have a mismatched bracket? Wait a minute. I ended with 6 brackets over here, right? Defun. Keep predicate A. If fun call predicate car A cons car A keep predicate cutter A. Wait, did it warn me? Did it warn me that I had too many brackets? What? Defun? Okay. I've been spending forever on this. It's such a simple thing. A lot of it is just me being slow in typing, too, and not knowing anything about Emacs in general. Yeah, I guess that one's just not needed. Okay. All right. Eight were as expected. What? So what was different? Hold on. Well, there was this commentary for one thing. Wait a minute. Did I do that on purpose? What the heck? You gotta be so careful with these brackets. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so that's much better progress than before. So on discards everything, it says void function predicate. Okay. So it looks like the complaint is now void function predicate. Okay, so 6 unexpected. They just say void function predicate, discard, discard. Oh, okay, okay. I think this one should be easier, I want to say, to fix because it's just a problem here in this smaller function. So, discard. What is that A doing there? Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess that should be alright. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I'm not sure I see how that's logical. Okay, so then here we are trying to say not. Emacs Lisp not operator. Log and. Okay, so built-in logical operator not. Okay, let's just do it in here again. Okay, so this is still working, right? Okay, so it just kept the 2. So now we want to define a discard, which, when given that same lambda, will keep everything but the 2. So we're going to defun. The name will be discard. The args will be a predicate and an A, which is a list. I just using A, short for list. Then we call keep, which we've already defuned, and we need to pass that a lambda, similar to what we did above, but this lambda is going to be different because this time we say not, and we pass in whatever comes back when we do predicate e, right? And then we close the lambda, and we pass in a, and then we finish calling keep, and then we finish defunning. And then what does it say? It says, okay, so style warning. The variable predicate is defined but never used. The variable predicate is defined but never used. That seems... Oh, of course. Oh my gosh. That's it, right? That might very well be it. No. It says void function predicate. Okay, so let me try it down here in the REPL again. So we're gonna defun. The name is discard. It takes predicate and a. We then call keep and pass in a lambda, which takes an e, and then calls not, and then we fun call predicate and pass in e. So then we closed the fun call, we closed the not, we closed the lambda, we put a in there, we closed the keep, we closed the defun. Okay. It still says the variable predicate is defined but never used. Really? Well, that would mess us up. Wait a minute, I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh, it's right here. Warning. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was completely looking in the wrong place. I scrolled up to what it said before. Okay, so now if we call discard, and we pass in the same lambda as before, lambda e equals e and 2, lambda e equals e and 2, and then we pass this list in, then we hope, yeah, we get everything back but the 2. So, I am going to try copy pasting again, because that did work, and when I copy pasted the working code last time, it ended up working. I can't tell what I did. That doesn't look right at all. Let me try once more. Okay, much better. I don't know what went wrong before. Wait a minute. No, that's not the one that worked. This is the one that worked. Okay. Discard. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they worked. Alright, so I'm gonna try and get into something in Common Lisp next. So let me review what I've learned. The main thing I've learned is with Lisp, like, always try things out in the REPL. And also, I guess, like, maybe don't use new lines, because I'm not sure why. I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty sure I was using new lines before. Let me just go in and, like, I hate, these are horrible without any new lines, I think. Like, can't I put that on a new line? You would think so. And this, can I put that on a new line? And what about this? Can I put that on a new line? And that? And that? Can I just use some new lines like that? I don't know. We'll see. And then maybe here, just use a new line. Whoops. I feel like I should be able to kind of put new lines wherever, but I don't know. Maybe it just won't work that way. All right, let's find out. Yep. So, yeah, somehow I just wasn't able to read what I had written, and it was bad that way. Okay, I'm probably going to submit that. Okay. I should have been using that all along. Oh my goodness. Was that in the help? Yeah, it did say there were several ways, and I got stuck on the first way. Okay. Yeah, it gave the exact thing. Emacs batch LERT. Okay. Ah, I'm not happy about that one. So like, I mean, so many ludicrous amounts of mistakes there for something so simple. So I forgot that you have to use fun call, which should have been obvious, but I don't know. I haven't practiced with Lisps since last year. Um, and then I guess I must have had just errant parentheses or something in the wrong place, but I never really understood what the mistake was. So what I learned there is basically just type everything in at the REPL just to make it easier. Okay, so next, so I mean that does complete it, so that's good. How in the world did that change to MIPS assembly? Undo. Okay, so where's Emacs Lisp? So we're gonna move over strain. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm demoralized. I might be slightly demoralized, actually. I think I'll feel better as soon as I walk outside, but the thing is, I'm about to stop anyway. So what's this one? It looks like what do you call it? Yeah, a learning exercise. It looks like a learning exercise. So, yeah, honestly, a learning exercise is probably going to be easier than what I just did. Probably a lot easier. Except what I just did was super, super easy. I just didn't know how. It was super, super easy. All right, sorting socks and S expressions. Okay. All common Lisp objects are either atoms or conses. A conse is made up of two parts. For historical reasons, these two parts are called the car and the cutter. Lenny, the Lisp alien, needs your help. Okay. Oh, look at this. Evaluates to some symbol, not a keyword. Keywords are denoted by a leading colon. Put the code to determine if thing is an atom here. Okay. So for if it is an atom, so I could say set Q, right? And I'm gonna put P, and then I'm gonna put lasagna again. Okay. So now I'm gonna say car P. So it's not of type list, but it says we want a type error. So can we say is list P? Is list is not a thing. It might have been, you might be able to do something like that sometimes, but that's not defined either. Help Lenny distinguish between atoms and conses. So there was probably something up here. Defun, cutter, cons. Okay, we'll come back to that one. So these are really simple, right? So for this one, we just need to put car cons, and then this one, cutter cons. I mean, I think that's all that's being asked for. Okay. So, yeah, it says all right, let's find out. So this is going to be common Lisp programming language is an atom. Car cutter cons, fundamental functions, good. Okay. White space helps you. Oh man. Dotted pair notation. Okay. Hints. It's time for me to get off. Look for functions with atoms or const in the name. Predicate functions end with P. Okay. So we're looking for like built-ins, common Lisp programming language, built-in functions. Let's see. I think I need the link that they were trying to give me. This one. C_conses. Okay. All right, well, easy. All right. So what did I try to say? I think we just do raws something. Yeah, we just copy that. Let's go again. Raws. Oh my gosh. It is called... Okay. So did it pass? Hmm. Pass 36. Oh, that's a lot, actually. Ah. There's a hint. P. I don't like it. Ah. Okay, sure. All right, mark is complete, I guess. I wish I felt better about that Emacs one. I wasted like well over an hour when I should have just jumped into the REPL like right from the start. Um, I guess I'll know for next time. And it still took me a long time to solve it even after I opened the REPL. But like I made basically zero progress until I opened the REPL. And like I don't know, it doesn't feel good to me because I feel like the original like thing that I tried to do, like I feel like I knew what to do. I mean it's obviously very simple, but I just made mistakes that I couldn't even tell what the mistakes that I had made even were actually. Um Other than leaving off the fun call and not leaving off the fun call and not opening the REPL soon enough. All right. So, I told myself I would try to like raid today, so let me see if I can try and do that. I mean, obviously I can, but I'm just not very gutsy at all. All right. But regardless, I will try and pick someone. But it's way past my bedtime for sure. I'm just gonna try and get right into bed after this. Ow. Ah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pick somebody from this top page. I think I messed up my recommendations. Or, I don't know, maybe nobody's really on at this time on a Saturday. Um, all right, never mind. I'm just gonna log off. I'm just gonna log off. I just scrolled for way too long and I didn't see anyone.